Happy New Year. See you tomorrow.
Ito po si Nico. Once again, nandito po sa programa natin. Ang Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico. Kumusta kayo? Kumusta kayo? And sana happy na happy kayo. Ilang oras na lang at bagong taon na. New Year na tayo po. Si Nico once again inviting you. Itong last day na 2024 natin. Last day na ito. December 31, last day of 2024. And I would humbly and gladly invite you sa programa natin na Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico. And of course, I would like to say, as always, salamat pagi, salamat patang, and salamat malam. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Ang mga kababayan ko, ang mga OFW, so Overseas Filipino Workers, ang Filipino communities po dito sa Malaysia, particularly dito po sa Sabah East Malaysia, and specifically dito sa amin, sa Kota Kinabalu City. Ang ganda ang Kota Kinabalu City, and how I wish by next year, 2025, you will have time also to visit ang Kota Kinabalu or ang Sabah. Okay, kung nasaan man kayo, and mga kababayan ko, mga friends ko, mga relatives ko dyan sa Pilipinas, and yes, I would always consider you as a very special people sa buhay ko po, sa buhay ko po, and of course, ang mga overseas Filipino workers natin po sa iba-ibang nasyon dito sa mundo. So, sana enjoy na enjoy kayo, and you will continue to enjoy and welcome the 2025 or share the 2025 New Year. Mamaya po, mamaya at the strike of 12, mamayang gabi, then boom! New Year na po. Start na ang New Year's resolutions natin. Start na resolutions natin. Today is Eve of New Year. Eve of New Year, and I suppose karamihan sa atin dyan sa Pilipinas as well as dito po sa Sabah o sa Kota Kinabalu, busy sila preparing for some food because normally this is how Filipinos celebrate their or Asia the New Year. Yeah, good morning to Bong Samashana. I would like to say, kumusta ka, Bong? ¿Qué tal tú? And of course, I suppose you are preparing ang ushering or coming of 2025. So today po, we are going to discuss some items, some items related sa buhay natin, sa buhay ng mga Filipinos. Hindi lang dito po sa Sabah, sino dyan din sa Pilipinas, and some, sabihin natin, some news, international news. Happy New Year, Ren and family. Thank you very much, Bong. And same to you. Same to you. Happy New Year din sa'yo and to your family. And of course, all our relatives po. All our relatives. Welcome to my program. And this is the last episode for the year 2024. And tomorrow, we will start a brand new program, a brand new New Year sa atin po, sa buhay natin. A new chapter na naman sa buhay natin po, 2025. Sana lang po, everything will run smoothly the whole year round 2025. And anyway, stick muna tayo po dito sa, sabihin natin, ang ang program natin tungkol, ending of the year 2024. Unfortunately, it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, and I suppose you already or narinig na ninyo po ang bad news, bad news as we end the year 2024. Mayroon tayong some bad news. What happened? What happened sa mga kapwang tao natin po, our brothers and sisters, not necessarily dito po sa Malaysia, sa Pilipinas, but in other countries po, and other nationalities po, suffered. Medyo the ushering of the New Year will be dark. no? Dark sa kanila po. They will be, sabihin natin, they will be missing the loved ones po. Dahil sa insidente, dahil the crash incident that happened dyan po sa South Korea yesterday po. It was reported international news, national news sa Pilipinas, and I suppose everybody heard about this very unfortunate and sabihin natin bloody accident, crash sa plane crash po dyan sa South Korea. Apparently, there are a total of 176 passengers who perished during the plane crash dyan sa South Korea. And only 2 survivors has been reported safe na ang buhay nila po. 1 boy and 1 male and 1 female. More details on these things I would try to give you, because kanina I was trying to get some details, monitoring ang mga updates regarding this plane crash dyan sa South Korea. It is a very unfortunate po, no? I feel bad about this. We are ending the year and we are beginning a new year, and this what happened. And this what happened. And the other news that I would like to disseminate and pass to all of you in the event that you has yet to receive this information. Now, condolence din po also, no, to the bereaved family of former President of the United States or America po, si former President Jimmy Carter, who passed away yesterday. That was Sunday sa kanila, Monday po sa atin. And we saw ang dami po mga condolence greetings po, no, from different leaders, national leaders po, no, sa iba-ibang nasyon. They also sabihin natin pass the greetings of condolences to the whole American people, as well as to the bereaved family of the late Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter po, he passed away peacefully sa bahay niya po, and of course it was reported a few years ago that he is suffering of brain cancer po, no, brain cancer, and he's a very popular sabihin natin president ng United States of America. And during that time, he was elected, if I'm not mistaken, 1977 hanggang 1981 po. He did a lot of things for us America, and not only for America, but he also did a lot of things for humanity, for the whole world po. And if I'm not mistaken, he is the 39th President of United States of America. No? So that's the bad news that I received at the age of 100 po. The oldest U.S. president is the oldest U.S. president is no other than who passed away at the age of 100, no other than the former president Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter. So yun po, these are the two things that I feel very sad to start a program and informing you about this thing. But anyway, life must go on. Ganito talaga ang buhay. After all, everybody will go sooner or later. Depende lang po kung our number will be called. Our number will be called. Then we have no choice but to accept that we have to leave our loved ones dito po sa mundo. Sa mundo po, no? So, those who are celebrating the birthday today, I would like also to say happy birthday to all of you, and may you enjoy ang ushering of the New Year, New Year's Eve ganon, together with the birthday. And those who are celebrating any other celebrations or occasion today, so happy anniversary, happy death anniversary, happy whatever, sabihin natin, occasion that you are celebrating today. Birthday celebrants and those who are celebrating any other celebrations or occasions today, may this day be, may this day be a very memorable, joyful, exciting, and merry-making day, and of course, problem-free celebration sa ating lahat po. Especially tayo po that we will be ushering ang 2025, bagong taon po, mamaya alas 12 as a strike of 12 midnight, then New Year na tayo po. We will talk about New Year mamaya, how we celebrate a New Year dito po sa Malaysia, dito po sa Sabah, and maybe some chismis or marites about ang Pilipinas po, how Filipinos celebrate or usher this New Year 2025. In the meantime po, I want to share with you itong news natin po, ang updates po regarding ang South Korean incident, plane crash incident po. And let's listen to this for your information lang po, no? This is the latest that I managed to get. And yes, very sad to hear what happened. And to those who perish, I would like to say, may your soul rest in peace. And to the relatives, I would also like me and my family and my relatives and friends dito po sa Sabah, we would like to extend our sincere condolences to the bereaved families of those who perished dyan sa plane crash in South Korea. So nandito po ang news I would like to share with you po. Listen to this.
We start with the developing news from South Korea. A plane has crashed on landing at an airport in the country and at least 176 people have been killed. The Boeing 737 belonging to Jeju Airlines had 181 people on board and officials say they expect that most are dead. They say some passengers fell out of the fuselage during the crash at Muan International Airport. 2 survivors have been found. And this is the moment that the plane skidded down the runway before hitting a wall and bursting into flames. The aircraft had flown from Bangkok and was arriving at Muan Airport. The authorities say a bird strike may have caused the landing gear to malfunction. The airline has issued a formal apology. Let's speak to Yuna Koo from the BBC Korean service. Hello to you. Just tell us, you're inside the airport now. Thank you so much for joining us from there. Tell us about the people who you've been seeing and speaking to. The families have gathered there just waiting for news, aren't they?
Yes, that's true, Lucy. There have been 170 confirmed deaths so far. And people here, yet many of them are still unidentified. So many people, mostly the families of the bereaved, are waiting here, waiting for the announcement or the identification. So right now I'm standing inside the airport where also many other families of the bereaved are staying. And from even far away, I can hear some of the families screaming and crying as they hear the announcement of the death of their loved ones.
And most of the people on board the plane, were they from South Korea? I understand they may have all been on holiday in Thailand for Christmas.
That is true. It is known that most of the people who are in the plane were families. Even there was youngest was born in 2021, and there were many family members altogether. And also, most of them are South Korean nationals, although there were 2 Thai nationals as well.
And in terms of the 2 people who survived, we understand that they were crew members. Has anything else been said about them?
Unfortunately, after the announcement of 2 survivors, we are not hearing any additional survivors at this moment, and it seems pretty much low chance to expect another survivor. And they are right now staying in the hospital, luckily not very heavily damaged. However, they aren't doing interviews, but it is known that according to local reports, they were saying to the hospital, one of them said they barely remember anything before the accident.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Yun po ang report I managed to get from international news regarding the plane crash down sa South Korea. So far, 176 perished during the crash, and only 2 survivals. 1 female and the other one is a male, is still unidentified, and I'm still monitoring for any latest updates regarding this news, breaking news po, which happened yesterday. And of course, I mentioned earlier na si former President of United States of America, Jimmy Carter, the 39th President of America, also passed away yesterday. Dito sa atin po, it's Monday, and doon sa America, it was Sunday. And he passed, or he died peacefully sa bahay niya po. And of course, we heard that a lot of world leaders already extended their condolences to the bereaved family of former President of United States, Jimmy Carter. And yes, Jimmy, or President Carter, when he took his last breath, he was at the age of 100 po. The longest president who died at the age of 100, not 100. I suppose, or I was made to understand also, by the outgoing President of America, President Biden, he declared January 9 as a mourning day for America. And I was also made to understand that no less than our President of the Philippines, President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos, yesterday, Bongbong Marcos Jr. yesterday also passed his message on behalf of the Filipinos, ang condolences to the bereaved family of Jimmy Carter, and also to the whole nation of America. This is one of the many world leaders who extended condolences to the family and to America, to American people, to the Americans, the passing of the president, the 39th president of the United States, si former President Jimmy Carter. Yun po ang ano natin. So, tayo po here in Malaysia, in Sabah, particularly in Kota Kinabalu, and also fellow Filipinos back home, and overseas Filipinos, maybe in other countries, especially those in United States po. Filipino migrants in other countries, please include a prayer for the former President Jimmy Carter before we call it a day today po, no? And as we welcome the coming of 2025. Let us not also forget, no? Kung pwede lang, let us not also forget na let's remember also those who perish during the natural calamities dyan po sa Pilipinas last month, October, November, no? Dahil po sa typhoon. Let us not forget, and of course, let us pray for the Filipino nation to come 2025. New Year po will be a very peaceful and prosperous year sa atin po. And itong political crisis that we are facing ngayon po sa Pilipinas, it will be resolved. Anyway, before going any further, shoutout muna tayo kay Nasri Quaresma, who is watching my program today. Brother, Happy New Year, and belated Merry Christmas to you and to your family. Thank you for watching. For watching. Di mana you sakrang? Di mana? Di Sabah ka atau di Kota Kinabalu, Philippines? Tulong kasi tao juga lah kan. But anyway, yes, thank you very much for watching, and of course, all the best. Wishing you a very healthy, safe, and prosperous 2025 to you, to your family, to your loved ones, and your relatives, and sa ating lahat po. Okay, Brother Nasri, thank you very much for watching again. So let's continue with our program po, and we'll be touching this time around, because as Filipinos, I believe as Filipinos, we should also know what is happening in the Philippines. And not only me po, because yesterday I went around sa town area dito po sa Kota Kinabalu and city proper, and 8 or 9 out of 10 Filipinos I talk, they always they ask me the question of, "Sir, kumusta na ang budget, national budget ng Pilipinas?" So I told them, expect today, and that was yesterday, that the President of the Philippines, si Bongbong Marcos, will be signing the proposed national budget 2025 para sa Pilipinas po. And he did in the morning po. He did in the morning. So he gave some speech. He gave a speech after signing the budget, and siguro po it's about time din. I think it's also a wise idea if I'm going to share with you ang recorded speech ni President Bongbong Marcos Jr. When he delivered it after signing the, sabihin natin, national o 2025 national budget of the Philippines. Medyo mahaba ito po, but sige po, let's listen to his speech, and later on I will also share with you some of the comments from politicians and people dyan sa Pilipinas. In the meantime, let's listen to this po, ang speech ni President Bongbong Marcos tungkol sa national budget. Let's listen to this. Welcome everybody, and listen carefully ang message ng Presidente ng Pilipinas, si President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr.
2025 General Appropriations Act. And through this measure, the dreams of our heroes are realized by a nation birthed by their sacrifices. This budget reflects our collective commitment to transforming economic gains into meaningful outcomes for every Filipino. It is designed not just to address our present need, but to sustain growth and to uplift the lives of generations that are yet to come. In the first 2 years of this administration, we focus on creating the foundation for an inclusive, sustainable, and resilient Philippines. From targeted reforms to strategic investments, we ensure that our progress is felt in the daily lives of every Filipino. Today, we build on that momentum, guided by the same precision, purpose, and unwavering determination. In my State of the Nation address last July, I called for the full cooperation of Congress to approve the budget in their usual timely manner and to adhere to the administration's proposed budget as closely as possible. With the passing of the fiscal year 2025 General Appropriations Act, the responsibility of ensuring that every centavo is spent wisely, transparently, and purposefully begins. Cognizant that our resources are finite and our people's needs are plenty, we need to carefully curate the particulars of the budget. So much so that even grand ambitions and great plans must be tempered. We must exercise maximum prudence, otherwise we run the risk of increasing our deficit and debt and derailing our development agenda for our country. While the final version of the budget reflects many of our shared priorities, some provisions required careful scrutiny. The Filipino people have spoken. Every centavo must go to programs that truly uplift lives, strengthen communities, secure the future development of the Philippines. There were calls to veto the entire budget and to revert to a reenacted one. However, this is not an option that we can afford. A reenacted budget will set us back, delay our vital programs, jeopardize targets for economic growth, including our goals of achieving single-digit poverty levels and upper middle income status. However, the executive branch is one with the people in raising concerns over appropriations that are not consistent with the country's development plan and responsive to the needs of the people. After all, it is our people whom we serve. We take our role as stewards of our taxpayers' money seriously. And for this reason, after an exhaustive and thorough review, we have directly vetoed over 194 billion worth of the line items that are not consistent with our program priorities. These include allocations for certain programs and projects of the Department of Public Works and Highways and those under the unprogrammed appropriations, which increased by 300%. We shall also pursue conditional implementation on certain items to ensure that the people's funds are utilized in accordance with their authorized and stated purpose. Specifically, to ensure that government assistance is not merely a provisional solution to a persistent issue, we are compelled to subject the implementation of the Ayuda sa Kapos ng Kita program, or AKAP, to the convergence efforts of the DSWD, DOLE, and NEDA. This way, we ensure that its implementation will be strategic, leading to the long-term improvement of the lives of qualified beneficiaries while guarding against misuse and duplication and fragmented benefits. This approach is anchored in a simple yet profound truth. The appropriation of public funds must not break the public trust. In the exercise of our budget execution function and our duty to ensure prudent fiscal management, we ensure that all increases in appropriations and new budgetary items shall now be subject to cash programming, applicable budget execution rules, and vetting and approval of the concerned offices. This way, we guarantee that these programs and projects are implementable and will redound to the benefit of our people. Sa sambayan ng Pilipino, nakikinig po kami sa inyo. Salamat po sa inyong pagkilati sa ating national budget at sa pagpuna sa kaibahan ng isinumite ng Kongreso sa President's proposed budget. Kaya naman po, kahit Pasko, kaming lahat ay nagtrabaho upang pag-aralan ito. Ito po ang ipapasang General Appropriation Act ngayon. Kasama na ang mga veto ay resulta ng aming pagdinig sa inyong tugon. Nakakaasa naman po kayo sa budget na ito. Ipapagpatuloy at papalawigin pa natin ang ating serbisyo sa inyo alinsunod sa ating Philippine Development Plan ng 2023 to 2028. Titiyakin namin na mananatiling prioridad ang social services. Kasama na rin dyan ang edukasyon ayon sa mandato ng ating saligang batas. Pati na rin ang kalusugan. Sisikapin din po natin na ipagpatuloy at ipapagpapatupad ang ating economic services, kasama ang infrastruktura at agrikultura, upang mapalakas pa ang ating ekonomiya at malabanan ang kahirapan na dulot ng pagtaas ng presyo ng bilihin at kalamidad. Titiyakin namin na may papatupad ang mga plano upang maipababa ang presyo ng pagkain, lalong-lalo na ang bigas. Itutuloy namin ang mga hakbangin upang mapunan ang kakulangan sa mga gusaling pampaaralan at ang mga computer ng mga eskwelahan. Sisiguruhin natin na tuloy-tuloy at mas lalawig pa ang mga benepisyo ng lahat ng Pilipino sa ilalim ng PhilHealth. Through this budget, we will also prioritize green investments and disaster preparedness to safeguard our environment and ensure resilience against disasters. We shall drive innovation and enhance trade and investments to create more quality jobs and to improve productivity. To sustain these efforts, we are advancing governance reforms. We shall continue to improve our systems for a more efficient, transparent, and accountable government. Through digitalization, we shall streamline services, reduce bureaucratic delays, and combat corruption. Sa aking mga kasamahan sa pamahalaan, nais kong ipaalala ang ating tungkulin sa bayan. Gamitin natin ng wasto ang pondo ng ating bayan. Siguruhin natin na agarang masimula ng mga proyektong napopondohan at matapos ito ng naaayon sa programa at pondong inilaan dito. So as we close this year and step into a new chapter, let us remind ourselves of our responsibility. Nation building is not the work of government alone. It is a partnership that we make with every single Filipino. With unity, with determination and a clear vision, we can achieve a future where progress is felt in every home, in every community, every corner of this archipelago. Together, let us build a bagong Pilipinas, a nation of genuine and shared prosperity. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat at siguro maaari pa rin bumati ng maligayang Pasko at masaganang bagong taon. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat at magandang umaga.
Okay, that's it. The speech of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos immediately after he signed the national budget for 2025 dyan sa Malacanang yesterday po. Shoutout muna tayo pala kay Joseph Sosobrano. No? Happy New Year to you, Joseph Sosobrano. And yeah, I was watching your program. No? I was watching your program this morning and yeah, masaya din ako that you and of course your followers dyan sa TV program ninyo po, no? Excited, in good mood sila po, except that sabi pa ni Joseph sa programa niya, no? May ulan daw since last night hanggang kanina, ha? So tuloy pa ba ang ulan dyan? Sana po naghinto na dahil kailangan tayo po to go and celebrate ang New Year natin po, no? Walang ulan po, walang kung heavy downpour po, then it will cause flash flood dyan sa Zamboanga. Mahirap din mag-enjoy tayo ang New Year natin, no? And of course, si Joseph was also reminding ang mga viewers niya, ang mga audience niya sa programa niya this morning about the importance of safety while celebrating or welcoming 2025 mamayang gabi po, no? Mamayang gabi. He was referring to ang mga firecrackers dyan po, no? Burning of firecrackers in Zamboanga City. And yeah po, mahirap na po, no? It would always be nice if we are going to celebrate or welcome ang 2025. Sabihin natin with complete organs sa body natin po. Pangit talaga yan po when we welcome 2025 with instead of 10 fingers, magiging 8 fingers na lang po, no? Dahil sa natin, sa being careless po, burning of firecrackers. Maganda yun, Joseph, ang ang advices mo sa mga followers mo po, followers mo dyan sa Zamboanga, and yeah, you're doing a good job. I've been monitoring ang program ni Joseph, and he always give mga updates, fresh news sa mga audience niya sa Zamboanga. Sabi pa nga ni Joseph, wala na po, maayos na ang panahon dito sa Zamboanga. Oh, thank you very much. Maganda. Because he was mentioning this morning na yesterday, last night, may mga ulan-ulan pa. And sabi niya ngayon, ang message niya sa akin na wala na daw po ulan. Thank you very much. Maka-enjoy kayo talaga ang sabihin natin, ang welcoming of the year 2025. Maraming salamat po. God bless po. Yes, thank you very much. Same to you. And please extend may sabihin natin ang New Year's greetings din po from me and my family. At saka from the overseas Filipino workers and migrant Filipinos dito po sa Sabah. We would like to extend our New Year's greetings, prosperity, joy, health, and good life sa inyong lahat. To Joseph and to everybody, we would like to extend this kind of greetings. And of course, E-Media family, no? Sa E-Media family, and all the local media practitioners dyan sa Zamboanga, same greetings po sa inyong lahat. Yep, nandito na naman si Mary Lou Pintojo. Thank you very much. Good morning to you, Madam Mrs. Kasi Mrs. ko ito eh. Love na love tayo kay Mrs. Especially pagdating na, we have to be together with the family when we usher ang 2025 New Year natin po mamaya. And of course, Filipinos would, there are several Filipinos when they celebrate the special occasions like Christmas and ushering of the New Year, some will start with a prayer. Some will start with a prayer. Mabuti yan po. That's very good. We start the New Year with a prayer. Thank God for giving us or keeping us safe during the year that was, or 2024, and asking the guidance and blessings from the Almighty for a good life 2025. Year of the snake yata yan, no? Year of the snake. And those year of the pig, no? Ano din tayo, medyo it's a good year 2025 for the year of the pig. But of course, sa feng shui, sabi nila, there are things that you have to carry and make sure that, before I will forget, no? The color of the year, 2025, ano po? Do you have any idea anong color of the year, 2025? Now, sa feng shui, I was made to understand that the color of the year for 2025 is chocolate or brown. So, mamaya po, si Nico will be wearing brown po, shirt or polo, color brown. Because, who knows, feng shui yun po, no? Don't forget, chocolate or brown color for 2025. And, marami din tayo dyan sa Pilipinas, sa Zamboanga din, no? And even dito sa Sabah, when we talk about ushering 2025, na mayroon sila gamit mga polka dots shirts, polos, no? O dress. Dahil po, bilog yun po. Kailangan daw bilog. Later on, we'll talk about it po, no? Later on, we'll talk about it. In the meantime, talking about the national budget, now let's listen. Let's listen po ang report from the mainstream media in the Philippines, particularly dyan po sa Manila, regarding itong signing of the proposed budget for 2025 by no other than President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. Okay, let's listen to this report coming from the mainstream media dyan po sa Philippines. Dyan po sa Philippines. Okay? Let's listen to this. At least you will have an idea. No? You will have an idea of ano talaga, what is happening sa budget po. No? 6.32 trillion po ang national budget para sa 2025. Okay? Let's listen to this official report coming from the mainstream media dyan sa Pilipinas. Okay? Andali.
Sa prioridad ng gobyerno.
Okay na.
Calls to veto the
33 trillion pesos ang inaprobahang pambansang pondo para sa taong 2025 o ang General Appropriations Act. Nilagdaan ito ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos kanina. Mas mababa ito kumpara sa orihinal na bersyon na 6.35 trillion pesos. Dinito o tinanggal ng Pangulo ang higit 194 billion pesos na alokasyon na hindi naaayon sa prioridad ng gobyerno.
There were calls to veto the entire budget and to revert to a reenacted one. However, this is not an option that we can afford. A reenacted budget will set us back, delay our vital programs, jeopardize targets for economic growth, including our goals of achieving single-digit poverty levels.
Kabilang sa navito ang 26 billion pesos na alokasyon para sa DPWH at ang higit 168 billion pesos na unprogrammed appropriations. Hindi raw kasi yan sumusuporta sa 8-point socio-economic agenda ng gobyerno. Pero may nakikitang mali riyan si dating Finance Undersecretary Shelo Magno.
So parang pakonsuelo de bobo lang po talaga yung ginawa ng presidente na kunwari, hindi mas himas yung budget at kunwari ay responsive
Inalmahan din ito ng budget analyst na si Zaiza Suzara.
Pinapakita lang talaga nung ginawa nila. Sinubukan lang din ang iwasan kung possible constitutional violations. Yan lang naman essentially yung ginawa nila.
Hindi naman naibalik ang 10 billion pesos na kinalta sa Department of Education. Pero ang education sector pa rin ang may pinakamalaking punto sa 2025. Yan ay dahil sinama sa 1.05 trillion pesos na punto ang state colleges and universities, SHED, TESTA at iba pang institusyon. Pero ayon kay Magno, isa na naman itong paraan ng korupsyon.
Para paliitin, minus yung convergence projects. Yung convergence projects, yan po yung mga, dyan mas marami yung insertion ng mga politiko. Nandyan po yung mga, roadworks, flood control.
Tuluyan namang hindi binigyan ng pondo para sa subsidiya ang PhilHealth. Malaki pa naman daw ang reserved funds ng ahensya at madadagdagan pa ang kita nila sa investments.
Hindi mababawasan ang bayad ng PhilHealth sa insurance claim. In fact, baliktad, madadamihin pa namin ang serbisyong ibibigay ng PhilHealth.
Pagdating naman sa ayuda para sa Kapos sa Kita Program o AKA, meron pa rin naman daw nito sa susunod na taon. Pero may susundin ng guidelines sa DSWD, DOLE at NEDA. Pero duda riyan ang isang eksperto. Posibleng magamit lang daw ito sa politika.
The problem is not ayuda being used, it's not ayuda being dispensed. The problem is ayuda being connected to the patronage motivations politicians.
Kasunod dito pinag-aaralan ng Makabayan Bloc ang susunod na aksyon kung kinakailangang questionin ang budget sa Supreme Court. Pero ngayon pa lang, duda ang Malacanang na uusad yan dahil totoo naman daw na pinag-aralan ni BBBM ang budget.
He's not a lawyer. He's more an economist, a finance guy, a political guy. Magaling si Presidente. Hindi nyo lang kasi binibigyan ng credit. Kasi hindi na bumura.
Nagbabalita mula sa Frontline, Maricel Hariri, News 5.
Alright, that's the news po, no? That's the news. Bago tayo, shoutout muna tayo kay Naslina Devisa, si pinsan namin yun, si Jessie. Dito yon sa Kota Kinabalu, no? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Salamat pagi, salamat patang, salamat malam. Happy New Year. Welcome sa 2025, no? Kumusta si Nasir? Ang better half mo, okay na ba siya? Okay siya? Ready na ready for 2025? And galing sa amin po, sa puso namin, ni Liza or si Jessie, galing sa puso namin, we would like to say, Happy New Year, prosperous New Year sa kayong dalawa, si Nasir sa ikaw, and of course, ang pamilya ninyo, ang mga bata, ang mga children ninyo po, and ang mga relatives, and of course, si Auntie, no? Si Auntie. Nandito ba si Auntie sa Kota Kinabalu o nasa lahat dato? Nandyan. Anyway, sige po, tuloy muna tayo ang mga news natin sa national budget kasi this has been a very controversial issue for the past weeks, no? Very controversial issue for the past week. And kahapon, the President already signed ang budget po. Hindi enactment budget, but ito talaga ang budget proposed by the Congress and approved by the Senate po, no? So, let's continue. Immediately after the signing ceremony of the budget 2025, mayroon din po mga opposition, mayroon din yung mga grupo, they conducted or they organized a rally opposing po ang budget. Sino-sino po yun sila? Medyo na busy ang mga pulis natin na kahapon dyan sa Mindiola, sa Manila, dahil po may rally dyan po, no? Ang Makabayan Bloc. Let's listen to sa rally. I will show you ang rally and mga leaders nila. Si Congresswoman Franz Castro nandyan, and of course Congresswoman Arlene Brosas nandyan din po. They delivered a brief speech po during the rally po sa Mindiola. Mindiola ba yan? Okay, let's listen to this. Sa Mindiola yata yon. Okay, let's listen to this. And later on, we'll talk about issuing of 2025 po. Paano ang preparation ng Filipinos or ang mga Malaysians dito po sa Sabah, sa Kota Kinabalu, when it comes to the welcoming of the Chinese or Chinese. Sabihin natin, online po tayo, live tayo po sa sa Nick Talk, Dalia Talk with Nico, no? Okay, let's listen to this. Ang footage ko po sa rally.
Kahit maulan, may mga grupong nagrally sa Menjola para kondinahin ang 2025 General Appropriations Act. Binarikadahan ng mga pulis ang Mendiola Peace Arch habang nagprograma ang mga grupo sa kalsada. Sabi ng Makabayan Bloc, tila ginawa lang daw ng Pangulo ang live vetoes dahil may mga nagalit sa pagbawas ng pondo para sa edukasyon. Tokenism kasi yun eh. Lipat natin ito dito, lipat natin ito, dagdagan kunwari natin ito para hindi umangal yung mga tao. Kung magbibito ka lang ng ilang line items, ang kailangan niya ay repaso. Question din ni ACT Teachers Party List Representative Franz Castro ang AKAP program na pangalawang taon na aniyang nasingit sa budget. Kanino ba talaga mapupunta itong AKAP na ito? Yung serbisyo, dapat ay dagdag na sahod. Sa halip na sinasabi nila na madadagdagan ng ayuda yung mga workers. Sagot naman ng palasyo, may mga paraan para bantayan ang paggamit ng pondo.
We can check that. Those people who notice that, they can complain. And then we will go to investigate. See, we cannot just, our law presumes good faith in everyone. All actions in good faith. Kung may bad faith kayo, that's when you come out. Yung kayong media or kayong mga tao na agree.
Question din ni Gabriela Party List Representative Arlene Brosas ang malaking pondo para sa military infrastructure na hindi naman ani ang pangunahing pangangailangan ng mga mamamayan. Hindi pa raw nakikita ng dalawang mambabatas ang mga niline veto ng Pangulo, pero may mga kailangan daw masagot para matiyak na constitutional ang 2025 national budget. Sabi ni Senate President Chis Escudero, pagamat natagalan, ang mahalaga na pirmahan ang 2025 GAA bago matapos ang taon para hindi magkaroon ng reenacted budget. Ngayong pasado na aniya ang budget, dapat maipatupad agad ang mga programa ng gobyerno. Dagdag ni Senate Finance Committee Chair Senador Grace Poe, safeguard laban sa maling paggamit at pagdodoble ng benepisyo ang conditional implementation ng AKAP program. Makakatanggap pa rin ng ayuda ang low-income earners sa ilalim ng mas malinaw na guidelines ng AKAP. Siniguro rin daw ng economic team at ng PhilHealth Board na sapat ang surplus at reserve funds nila para makover ang indirect contributors at para pagandahin ang benefit packages nila. Sang-ayon daw ito sa pananaw ng Kongreso na dapat gastusin muna ng PhilHealth ang standby funds nila bago humingi ng dagdag na subsidiya. Natutuwa naman si Senate Minority Leader Coco Pimentel na binawasan ng Pangulo ang kabuuang halaga ng 2025 national budget. Pero sana raw, binawasan pa ang unprogrammed appropriations at ibinalik ito sa level na unang ni-request ng Pangulo. Ang palasyo, kumpiyansa raw sa budget na pinirmahan ng Pangulo, pero aminadong hindi mapipigilan ang mga batikos dito.
We are confident, but we cannot prevent. If there will be challenges that will be mounted by any quarter, who might still find this present budget as approved worthy of the challenge.
Para sa GMA Integrated News, Mav Gonzalez, nakatutok, 24 oras.
Okay po, yon mga reaction ng Makabayan Bloc regarding the national budget. It has been a very controversial issue po, and nakikita natin sa social media, Facebook po, sa YouTube, sa TikTok, or sa Instagram. Ang dami po mga negative criticism. Both supporting positive and negative criticism, both supporting ang budget that 2025 of the Marcos administration, and at the same time those na ayaw talaga yon budget po, and let's see kung mayroon ba tayong this coming year, maybe after the holiday, let's see kung mayroon ba yun file a case sa Supreme Court regarding itong issue ng approval of the national budget po. Kayo po, how do you look at it? Is it a good budget? A good budget para sa nasyon ng Pilipinas? Para sa mga Filipinos? Kailangan pa ba yun ayuda? Totoo ba yun sinasabi ni President Bongbong Marcos that itong budget, he will also try to make sure that the prices of rice sa Pilipinas will go down as what he promised during the campaign period sa 2022, no? Sa 2022 election po, presidential election. Pero hanggang ngayon po, wala pa rin ang nagbaba ang presyo ng bigas dyan sa Pilipinas. In fact, if you look at it, ang presyo ng bigas sa Pilipinas, na it ranges from except yung mga kadiwa, no? 50 and above, 60, 62, 65 po, no? And yeah, ganun po. And I don't want to comment on this thing. Kayo na po bahala kasi nasa media ko po, no? Both sa social media at saka sa mainstream media dito po sa Sabah. Although I'm very concerned about these things, that's why I always come down sa mga Filipinos dito po sa Sabah, dito sa Kota Kinabalu, and ask how they feel. So far po, ang feelings ng Filipino community dito sa Sabah po, especially dito sa Kota Kinabalu, based on my random interviews sa kanila po, na worried ang mga Filipino communities, especially mga overseas Filipino workers dito po. They are worried about what is happening dyan sa Pilipinas, political issues po, and economic issues po, and of course, ang mga preparation kung sakali may dumating na naman, sabihin natin ang mga natural disasters, no? Natural disasters po, kaya typhoon, earthquake, so forth, and so on. So, everybody dito po sa Sabah, karamihan po, they're hoping that ang present administration, Marcos administration, will really focus on their priorities for the interest and welfare of every Filipinos dyan sa Pilipinas po. Good morning, shout out din kay Roy Tanagon. Roy Tanagon, Happy New Year, advance Happy New Year po. Roy, Brad, ilang oras na lang. Tapos, ano tayo? May bagong taon na tayo, 2025. Thank you for watching, and of course, I'll be touching if you want to know kung paano ang celebration dito po sa Kota Kinabalu, dito sa Sabah. I will briefly touch on some ideas kung paano ang celebration po dito sa Kota Kinabalu. Happy New Year, Brad, and all the best for you in 2020. Thank you very much. Take care of your health. Of course, take care tayo ng health para next year I will be able to meet you sa reunion natin po sa Ateneo de Zamboanga, class 73-74. God bless you, Roy. Brother. He's also my brother in the Alpha Phi Omega. All my brothers and sisters or members of the Alpha Phi Omega, be it in Sabah or in Malaysia, be it in the Philippines or elsewhere, elsewhere in this world, I would like to wish Happy New Year to each and every one of you, or each and every one of us, each and every one of us. Dito naman sa Kota Kinabalu, ang greetings natin po sa New Year's greeting natin po, all Samahans, all Kadasans, all Luzon, all Malay, mga malayo po, everybody, be it a Christian, be it embracing different kinds of religion, Islam ba, Hindus ba, or whatever po. Happy New Year to all of you, and I suppose, and I'm sure, that you're getting ready already po for the strike of 12 mamayang gabi po, New Year na, New Year. So, I suppose also, ang mga tao dito po sa Sabah, for your information, ang mga viewers ko dyan sa Pilipinas, I know it's 100% everybody preparing some food sa table for the coming of the New Year. And since yesterday, I also checked ang mga public markets natin, mga supermarkets natin po. Ang dami din mga tao, a lot of people who are already buying rounded fruits po, bilog na prutas. Because just like the Filipinos in the Philippines, at saka yung mga Filipinos dito din po, we always believe na kailangan tayo po may prutas, rounded one, bilog the fruits while waiting for the coming of the New Year po, no? Parang feng shui daw yan po, no? And of course, we have to eat noodles daw. Noodles, noodles or pancit sa Pilipinas po, long life daw yun po. 100% po, ang mga tao dito, mga Filipino communities dito po, they are very busy cooking, preparing salad, macaroni salad, noodles, pancit, adobo manok, adobo licho, adobo pork, no? And other, mga Filipino dishes po, no? Mga Filipino dishes. Ganon talaga po. And when we go down, kagaya ngayon, this time we are already at 10-9. If you go down sa town area talaga, sa heart of the city of Kota Kinabalu, 100% we are going to experience traffic jam. Traffic jam yan po. Kasi meron din yung mga tao last minute shopping for New Year. So, ingat lang po ang mga Filipinos who are driving and going down to do some 11-hour shopping for New Year. Ingat lang po. Drive slowly and prolong your patience during traffic jam. During traffic jam. Don't be a bully driver po. No? Prolong our patience because whether you like it or not, ganito talaga po ang sitwasyon every eve of New Year, we have the traffic jam. And later on in the afternoon po, especially on the coastal areas, dito sa Kota Kinabalu, this has been a tradition for the people in Sabah. They are going to welcome the New Year sa dagat po, sa beach, no? And the Tanjung Aro Beach, the Likas coastal area dyan po. It is expected that it will be crowded. No? As early as this noon time, they will be going to reserve areas sa kanila po because they are going to have a picnic, night picnic po, no? Diyan sa dagat, sa coastal area natin po, sa mga beaches natin po. That is the belief. At the stroke of 12, karamihan mga tao dito po, kung nasa beach sila po, no? They will go down to dive sa water po, no? For them, they believe that it will cleanse our body. Lahat ng mga bad luck will be washed away from our body and will be clean as we wait for, sabihin natin, as we welcome ang 2025 or ang New Year po. Normally, that's what we do dito po sa Sabah. And others, of course, they will be having a countdown, New Year's dinner sa mga hotels, sa mga restaurants, no? That's how we celebrate. And of course, others also, just like in the Philippines and in other countries, there will be family reunion, prepare some food sa bahay, and do the countdown. Do the countdown para sa 2025 New Year. And expected po ang Kota Kinabalu, ang Kota Kinabalu City, expected po dyan sa area ng dito sa Promenade Hotel po, no? There will be a live concert po mamaya, no? Mamaya. It will start at 4 o'clock yata, if I'm not mistaken. It will start at 4 o'clock hanggang countdown midnight lang po. And the guest singers, or band for this, sabihin natin, concert will be Korean entertainers. May mga sikat na Korean singers who will be performing dyan po sa Kota Kinabalu City sa harap ng, sabihin natin, Promenade Hotel po. So, ingat lang po, those who are going to this area, you will experience traffic jam and you are going to experience some difficulties in looking for parking space for your vehicle. But anyway, if pwede, just do it early. Magandang umaga po, Sir Nico, at sa lahat ng taga-subaybay nitong NikTok. Happy New Year and 2025 to all. Sabi pa si Brother Noel Flores Tingson, and of course, ang wife na si Madam Anais, and of course, ang mga anak niya, ang pamilya nila po. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year din po kay Brother Noel Flores Tingson and wife si Anais. Si Anais. Greetings din po sa relatives ko. Sa relatives ko. First and foremost, I would like to greet Happy New Year to my beloved wife. Very supportive din po sa akin. And very caring and loving po sa mga anak namin. Anak namin na si Saint Fabian. Together with their husband, si Swim. Nasa KL sila working. And of course, another daughter, si Nikki. Nasa US siya ngayon po. Working, but she is coming home itong first week of January for holiday. And then si Marco Fabian, nasa KL din po, working as one of the lecturers in one of the universities in Kuala Lumpur. And of course, we have our youngest daughter who is taking the SPM exam today until February 3rd yata po, no? Busy siya studying and trying her level best to get a good result sa SPM exam siya. Diyan po siya sa St. Francis Convent Secondary School, St. Francis po. So, of course, my sister-in-law dito po sa Kota Kinabalu, si Inday Lucille, no? And of course, ang brother niya, ang partner niya, si Joey La Victoria, no? At saka mga anak niya, si Ket, si Andrew, at saka si Shasha. I would like to say Happy New Year to all of you. Hope to see you soon, no? And let's celebrate together. Nasa KL kayong lahat, and dito kami sa KK. Normally, we will celebrate together ang Christmas and New Year sa Kuala Lumpur, but this time around, dahil ang youngest daughter ko is taking the exam, nandito lang kami sa KK, no? Kasi we cannot leave behind ito si Shane, ang daughter namin po, who is taking exam now until January, until February 3rd. So, Happy New Year to Joey and to the wife, si Inday Lucille, and to the children. Once again, si Ket, si Andrew, and si Shasha. Of course, dyan na naman sa ibang relative o sister ng Mrs. ko. I would like to say si Lawrence Chong, at saka si ang wife niya, si Joy, no? Si Joy Pentoho Chong, and anak nila si Norman, at saka si Holly. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all of you. And of course, to the relatives of Lawrence, no? Relatives of Lawrence din po. Same greetings sa inyong lahat. Of course, I would like to greet also ang brother-in-law ko po nasa Pilipinas, si Gilbert o Nonoy Pentojo, dyan sa Iloilo, Dingli po, no? I would like to say together with his wife, I would like to say, or we would like to say ang pamilya ko, we would like to extend our New Year greetings po sa kay Nonoy or kay Gilbert. Mayroon din si Mrs. sa mga kapatid sa ibang nasyon, kagaya sa London, si Neneng Pinto, no? Nasa dyan siya sa UK or sa London, together with her son, si Cheris, and sino ba yun? Ang lalaki, nakalimutan, 65 years old po, nakalimutan natin ang pangalan ng son ni Agnes, no? Ni Agnes. Anyway, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Nandyan din po sa United States of America, mayroon din silang kapatid, si Lynn Anderson, at saka ang wife niya, at saka anak niya, sino ba yung anak niya? Nakalimutan din natin. Itong age natin at the age of 65, mahirap na kung minsan nakalimutan tayo. And anyway, Happy New Year to the Anderson family dyan sa US. Dyan sa US, shout out tayo and greetings to Angelo Sedula. Classmate ko ito po, no? Happy New Year and thank you for watching, classmate, si Angelo Sedula. Thank you very much. Happy New Year to you, to your wife, to your family, and everybody back home. Everybody back home. And dito po sa Sabah, ito pong greetings din sa mga Padua family. Sila Alex and Linda. Of course, ang mga friends ko dito po, si Jimmy and Cynthia Harumal, ang pamilya nila. Happy New Year to all of you, to your family. Si Datu Orlando Harumal, si kapatid niya si Datu o si Johnny Harumal, no? Happy New Year sa inyo. Si Datu Tanko Liang, si Datu James Sarda, si kaibigan ko si Ron Gana Segaran. And of course, mayroon din tayong mga kaibigan natin. I would like to pass ang sabihin natin ang New Year's greeting namin. Sila sabihin natin na sila Roger Chong and si Jojo, no? Diyan sa Tanjong Aro. And sino-sino pa ba? Ang mga kaibigan po, si Mr. Chua, ang owner ng sabihin natin Noodle Factory dito po. Of course, would like to greet, my family would like to greet a Happy New Year to a very good leader po dito sa Sabah. Si Sabah Chief Minister Dato Haji Jinor, no? At saka ang Deputy Chief Minister si Dato Jeffrey Kitingan. Another Deputy Chief Minister si Dato Dr. Joaquim Gunsalam. And of course si Dato Shehelmi, Yaya, no? And mga Dato Yom Tekli, si Dato John Ambrose, no? Sino-sino pa ba mga kaibigan natin dito po, no? Leaders, star leaders, political parties sa PBS, si Dato Johnny Stone, Bangkway, I would like to say a Happy New Year. And of course, ang kaibigan ko, ang idol ko sa media, si Joseph Bingkasan. And of course, ang presidente natin ng Sabah Press Club, si Datu Mogo, no? Si Datu Mogo. And of course, Kota Kinabalu Press Association, si Jimmy Go, si Jimmy Go, ang presidente. Yeah, of course, when we talk about Kadasan Duson Chamber of Commerce, si Dato Malandi, sorry. Ang Kadasan Duson Chinese Chamber of Commerce, no, sa inyo. And then we have, of course, ang mga Chinese Chamber of Commerce associations po, no? Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you. And of course, ang Sabah Cross-Border Trade Association din po. I would like to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And that is being spearheaded by another cousin of mine, ang Paimin family, si President Razana Paimin, ang kapatid niya si Razali Paimin, as well as ito si Razman or Raz Paimin, and of course to their mother who happens to be, or who is my cousin po, no? Si Hilda Paimin. Yes, Happy New Year to all of you. Sino pa po? Ang mga friends and good vibes ni Mrs. sa mga former colleagues niya po, ang staff ng Yimo Chai Associates, si Dato Yimo Chai, yes, at saka si dati na Vicky, I would like to say, galing sa amin po, sa wife ko, si Mary, at saka sa akin, sa mga anak ko. We would like to greet both of you, Dato Yimo Chai and datin Vicky, and to your family, we want to extend our New Year's greeting po. Greetings sa inyong lahat, and of course to your company, to your company. So sino pa? Sino pa? Diyan sa Pilipinas, I would like to say Happy New Year din po sa sino ito? Kaibigan ko, close friend ko rin, si Danny Retorta, at saka ang wife niya diyan sa Zamboanga, si Cynthia, ang anak niya si Daisy, si Ket, at saka si Rico po. saan pa? Pamilya ko po, dyan sa Zamboanga, ang elder brother ko po, si Herbie Fabian and his wife, si Dingay, no? And ang anak nila, si Ruben. I would like to say, coming from me and my wife and my children, Happy New Year to you, elder brother, si Herbie and si Dingay. And of course, my sister-in-law dyan, si Pinky Araneta, Fabian, at saka ang anak niya, si Green and saka si Blues. Ang mga Apolinario, mga relatives ko, mga Apolinarios, Fabian, Natividad, Candido, sino-sino pa, malaki yata ang ano natin, ang pamilya natin dyan sa Zamboanga. To all of you and to all the Zamboangueños and those people who are residing in Zamboanga City, no? I would like to say, Happy New Year to each and every one of you. Sorry lang po, I cannot sabihin natin name all of you, ang mga pangalan ninyo po. In general na lang ito po. Kasi if I'm going to do that, mahaba talaga ang programa natin. No? Ang programa natin. Yeah, dyan sa lahat nato pala, no? Ang Pintodio family, si Banji, at saka si Nonoy and wife and children. No? Nonoy and wife and children. Dyan sa Kiningaw, mayroon tayong auntie din dyan, siya pa ito? Si auntie, nakalimutan din natin, sa Kiningaw. Nandito lang yan sa, sa mouth ko po, no? Sino ba yun ang auntie yan? Sa Kiningaw, and of course, our relatives dyan sa Kiningaw. To all of you, I would like to say Happy New Year coming from my family. And of course, Sandakan, Landatu, Semporna, saan pa? Sa Tawao, mga relatives namin po dito sa Sama. Merry Christmas to each and every one of you. Alright, tuloy natin ang ligaya. Paano ba po? We are going to have a concert mamaya dito sa heart of the city of Kota Kinabalu. And yes, ito very important po, no? Be careful sa playing or burning of fireworks or firecrackers dito sa Sama po. We are going to sabihin natin see people will be playing with fireworks dito sa Sama o sa Kota Kinabalu mamaya po, no? But ingat lang tayo, be careful po, be careful when lighting firecrackers po, no? So we will not have problems. As what I mentioned earlier, it's always nice to welcome the new year with complete organs in our body, no? In our body. So, importante yun po, no? It's very important. Sana yan. I will try to see, sandali. Do we have this thing? Videos. Okay, I'm trying to get, mayroon ba tayo dito, yun na video, yun na video. Hold on po, ang mga firecrackers, I want to show you ang mga firecrackers dito po, no? Dito, authorized firecrackers lang ito po, you can buy. Saan ba yan? Dito yata yun sa kabila, sayang. Okay? But be careful lang po, no? Be careful talaga when we talk about firecrackers po, no? Firecrackers, light it properly and don't play. Don't play dahil po mahirap na po to celebrate New Year, to welcome New Year with incomplete organs sa body natin po. Sa mga fingers natin, all these things. So, be careful. Yun po ang advice natin. And when you are celebrating ang Christmas, those who are having drinking spree, drinking alcoholic drinks po, ingat-ingat, drink moderately, and make sure that you are far away from trouble. Kailangan yun po. Dapat ganon tayo when we celebrate ang New Year, ushering of the New Year 2025. So, sige lang, what else can we say? Ha? New Year na New Year, and ingat lang tayo mamaya. Ha? Ingat lang tayo mamaya, and let's see kung how we are going to make this sabihin natin celebration mamayang gabi. Ha? Tonight, very memorable, meaningful, ano pa? Lahat na lang. Ha? Lahat na lang po. Ano pa? Meaningful or whatever lang po, ano? Whatever. Anong ibig sabihin whatever? Ikaw talaga, Nick, ha? Whatever na lang daw. Paano ba yun? Okay, let's see. Medyo wala na tayong time, but I'll try to see if I can paano ito, ha? Hold on for a while. Sandali lang po. Sandali lang po. We'll see. Siguro po, hanggang dito na lang tayo. Happy New Year na lang sa inyong lahat. And make sure ang countdown will be enjoyable tonight. And make sure it is safe when you play with firecrackers po. Make sure the children, when they light firecrackers, make sure they are safe. No? And please monitor their activities while the parents or the adults are enjoying the party, New Year party. Make sure that you monitor the whereabouts activities of our children or ang mga bata po. No? So hanggang dito na lang, si Nico Fabian. Once again, I would like to thank you very much for participating in my last episode for the year 2024. 2024. I hope in whatever ways I managed to entertain you, update you, or whatever updates that you deserve to be updated, be it news or be it other things po, no? Be it other things. Sana we will have a very prosperous, healthy, and sabihin natin exciting, wonderful, and very promising New Year 2025 po. Pero yun naman ang kailangan natin. No? Filipino communities in Sabah, please do your best. Preserve, protect the name of the Filipinos. We are, our reputation is good when it comes to being employee. No? Being employee. And don't forget to thank our God, to thank our Almighty for giving us a year that was 2024, and nag-survive tayo, and we are starting a new year 2025. Don't forget, first thing first, thank our God. Thank your God. Thank your Creator. After that, okay na tayo po. Sino ito? Si Marilyn Pentojo, sabi niya, good morning, New Year Eve 2025 na. I would like to greet each and everyone a happy and prosperous New Year 2025. Yun ang sabi ni Yun ang sabi ni Mrs. ko po. Para sa inyo daw yun po lahat, no? Happy New Year daw, sabi niya. So, hindi lang siya po. Include me also po because, I also want to give Happy New Year sa inyong lahat po. So, ganun na lang. And, let's see. Let's see. Hope for the better. Sa akin lang po, New Year will be prosperous, healthy, peaceful. Mayroon tayong love. And mayroon tayong hope and joy po. Yon ang kailangan po. Yon ang kailangan tayo itong New Year. Once again, si Nico Fabian would like to say thank you very much for making me a part of your day today. Malaysia, Sabah, the Philippines, thank you for the year that was, 2024. Happy New Year for 2025. God bless us all, and see you first day of New Year tomorrow. Bye!